going on, everybody? Josh Engleman for Awesemo.com, and I am back with my NBA DFS contenders on DraftKings for Thursday, November 11th. Apologies for the audio issues. Now be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter, @Josh Engleman, and let me know in the comment section who your favorite and least favorite contenders are for today's slate. We're rounding out the bottom of my top 10 with Gary Trent, Karis LeVert, if he plays, Kyle Lowry, Reggie Jackson, and Terrence Mann on the outside looking in. Who will be my favorites? My top 5 plays for today? Time to find out. But before we do that, go check out No House Advantage, the presenting sponsor of this video. If you use the promo code Awesemo when signing up, you will get a little bit of extra cash on that first deposit, up to $25. First up at number 5, we've got Rudy Gobert. He is center eligible, 8K, projected for 43.5. The goal is 49, and he is in the optimal lineup 30% of the time. I think Rudy Gobert is in a pretty nice spot here. He should be a competitive game, or at least you hope that it's a competitive game if the Pacers are at full strength. 33 minutes for Gobert, 1.3 fantasy points per minute, 16 and 15. This is an awesome rebounding matchup for Gobert. You might get an assist. You'll probably get 3 stocks or more. Pace neutral against Indiana, but this feels like a high floor game for Gobert. And if the boards break correctly, I think it could be a high ceiling as well. Sticking with his teammate at number 4, we're going to Donovan Mitchell, point guard, shooting guard eligible, 9K, projected for 46. The goal is 53. He's in the optimal lineup 32% of the time. I gave him 34 minutes, 1.37 fantasy points per minute in this spot, 35% usage. He's just going to shoot and shoot and shoot. 28 points, almost 5 boards, just over 5 assists. So call it 28, 5 and 5, a stock and a half. Same pace neutral spot that we have for Gobert against Indiana. I just like getting to either one of those guys. I think the ceilings are real here. 53 fantasy points for Donovan Mitchell doesn't seem like much of a stretch again in this matchup. So 9K, it's not the best price tag in the world for Donovan Mitchell, but on a 3-game slate, I don't think it matters. Off to Philly now, where the price keeps rising. Andre Drummond is in at number 3. He is 8,600 and still a good play. Projected for 47.5. The goal is 51.5. He's in the optimal lineup 42% of the time. Taking on Toronto, I don't think that they're uniquely set up to be slowing him down right now. They just don't have that kind of big man on the roster. 1.4 fantasy points per minute, 34 minutes, 15 points, 17 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 stocks. Pace down spot against Toronto, and they are good defensively. None of that's great, but Andre Drummond is a per-minute performer, is exceptional. And if he's getting 34 minutes or more, you just have to be playing him. I said I liked Rudy Gobert, and I do. Drummond, significantly higher at the center spot. Speaking of centers, Bam Adebayo in at number 2, 7,400, just center eligible, which is pretty annoying. Projected for 44, the goal is 46.5, and he's in the optimal lineup 43% of the time. We're not going to have Jimmy Butler here. Bam is going to get more usage, more assists, more touches, more everything. 34 minutes, almost 1.3 fantasy points per minute, 20 and 13 as a baseline projection, plus 2.5 stocks. Pace neutral against the Clippers, but that's not really what matters here. Bam Adebayo is just not a $7,400 guy if Jimmy Butler is not active. This is a monster spot for Bam. Don't avoid him. He looks great at center. Now, before we get to that number 1 contender, one last reminder to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter @Josh Engleman, and let me know in the comments who your favorite and least favorite contenders are for today's slate. Don't forget to head to No House Advantage. Use that promo code Awesemo when you sign up and get some extra money on that first deposit. As we mentioned, Jimmy Butler is out today, so number 1 contender, Tyler Hero. He is point guard, shooting guard eligible, 6,100, projected for 38.5. The goal is just about 41, and he is in the optimal lineup 54% of the time. He's already shooting a ton, but 1.1 fantasy points per minute in this matchup, in this spot, with this role, 28% usage, 21 points, 7 rebounds, 4.5 assists, and a stock. Hero's been doing a lot more in this 3rd season. We thought this was going to be what we got last year, and it just didn't happen. I think that's changing up a little bit now. So 6,100 for Tyler Hero with no Jimmy Butler. He's $1,000 too cheap. He's my number 1 contender. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. Those are my NBA DFS contenders on DraftKings for Thursday, November 11th. FanDuel version of this video is around here somewhere. Make sure you check it out. Good luck today, everybody. Win some money. I will be back again tomorrow morning for another edition of the Contenders.